Hi everybody, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel, Hallmark Plus More, where we watch and talk about shows, movies, mysteries, Hallmark ornaments, and anything else that floats our boat. So today we are going to be live streaming High Potential Season 1, Episode 4. It airs on ABC starring Caitlin Olsen. She is a single mother of 3 with that high potential, high IQ of 160. So she consults on murder cases. Definitely Caitlin Olsen is a great actress. I love the way she portrays her. So we're going to watch the episode live right now. They're finishing up Dancing with the Stars. So that's kind of what's on right now. So we're kind of going to let that wrap up. They're kind of doing their elimination. So I won't spoil it for you if you like Dancing with the Stars or you watch this after the fact. But that's what they're going through now is the elimination. So that's what we're watching now. And then I remember last week, it kind of went right on into the show. So, definitely want to look at that since last time it kind of did that as well. So, hopefully right when they get done, a lot of times it goes right on in. So, we are just going to wait for this to go through here. All right, it shouldn't be long here. All right, here we go. All right, I think they're being eliminated, so I'm going to go ahead and we will get to it. Definitely interesting. The preview that they showed from last week has something to do with children being abducted. So definitely going to tug at my heartstrings. So it's definitely going to be an interesting episode. So exciting to get into it. So I think they're just wrapping up Dancing with the Stars. And it looks like it's already 10 o'clock, 10:01 Eastern Standard Time. So it should be going right on into it. So, all right. They're saying their goodbyes. Oh, Disney night, if you like Disney. They just said that with Dancing with the Stars. All right, here we go. High Potential, here we go. Here we go, let's see. Oh, and it's going right on into it. All right, we're showing the road. Ooh, he's wearing gloves. Okay, I see that. All right. Okay. All right, well, they went right on into it. So yes, 2 small children is in the trunk of a car. Whew. Been there, not being able to sleep, haven't we all? Okay, you in your boots? Love her. She's been in good things. Oh. Ooh. oh, oh. Love it. Oh, okay. She's not fine. Mm-hmm. Haven't we all? Maybe. Okay. 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 Oh, wow. Okay, Grandpa. Ooh. Well, I hope not, but ooh, okay. Writing everything down. I like to take notes. All right. Let's go see what they can find out. Okay, is he home? What's going on? I mean, were they kidnapped? Okay. Definitely had stuff for the kids. Coloring books, drawings. Okay, Survival 101 books. True, parents. Or are you saying that somebody else did it? Like a secret door. Oh my gosh, I just got goosebumps. Oh gosh, I just got goosebumps. Did he just bury a body? Oh, what's going on? Or is that Wendell? Maybe that's the dad. Okay. So, here's my question. Was that Wendell? I mean, is that what they're kind of saying? Or because obviously the girls were in a trunk. The man was wearing gloves. He had a silencer, what looked like a silencer, a weapon, a gun on the, the passenger seat in the car. So, I mean, oh, okay, yes, thank you. I think it was Wendell too. I think they were coming after Wendell, took him, and then kidnapped the girls. But thank you for your comment. I appreciate you. I think it was too. But I don't know. So many questions. I definitely I definitely would like to know a little bit more information. Did this have something to do with the mom, or were they after something with Wendell? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to find out what happened. I love the way Morgan's mind works. I'm telling you, it's amazing. She's just the facts that she spews out is just, she just knows so much about so many different things. It's just that she has a problem sleeping because of it. It's like her mind won't shut off. I feel like we've all had that happen to us too, but I think it's a little different in her case. So this one's going to be a little bit hard to watch being a parent. If you're a parent out there, anytime you're watching shows where they abduct children or kidnap children, it's always hard to watch. You always want that happy ending, right? And I always think about the trauma that the kids are going to, what they're going to see, how are they going to deal with it as they get older. And of course, if that is Wendell, did the kids watch it? Because that's a different trauma, Did they hide the kids? What happened there? So, but yes, thank you for your comment in the chat. I appreciate you. If you have any comments, definitely, bring them in. I've got my notepad. I'm taking notes, writing things down, trying to figure it out. But I'm definitely glad, the mom came to the police station, before the 24 hours was up, because, if you have that gut feeling, you never want to live in a world where people, harm children or even parents do it. So, definitely, if it was Wendell, I'm sad that he's deceased, but at least we know he's not kidnapping his own children. But we kind of wonder why. If that was Wendell and somebody killed Wendell, why take the kids? If they have a beef with Wendell, then they succeeded with, ending his life. So obviously there's more to it if they're kidnapping the girls and that really was Wendell that was killed. Or maybe somebody was coming after Wendell and he killed him in self defense, buried him, and then took the kids to run. I mean, who knows? Let's see what happens. Here we go. We're coming back. Oh, love the sniffing dogs. They're great. Oh, shovel back to the head. So it was Wendell that was killed. So they kill Wendell and take the girls. Yeah. Both of those are true. True, but Morgan. Yeah, he put out the Amber Alert without getting the okay because he's worried about the girls. Mm-mm. Okay. All right, well, let's see. So it was Wendell who had passed. True, okay. But kidnapping your own kids for money, I can't. Why is he looking at the cleaning lady? You know anybody? No? She wants to talk to the cleaning lady or the maid. I saw her. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, okay. Look at you. All right, she's getting information. Let's see what. Oh. Let's see then. Yeah, who's the redhead woman? Oh, glasses, that's right. That can narrow it down. Morgan. He looked like he loved the girls. I mentioned that when we walked in the house. Redhead with glasses. Oh, okay. Okay, so we obviously identified the redhead with glasses was the social worker. But here's my thing. Morgan said the only person that disliked would be the social worker that wrote up the report. However, that's not true. The other person that disliked Wendell, the father-in-law, Mia is the mother. Her father does not like Wendell. We know that from the very first thing, words out of his mouth. Why are you talking to me about Wendell? Go find my granddaughters. You know, obviously he has money, just like she said. Obviously, Mia didn't mind moving back in with her parents. They're loaded. They have a maid. Look at this house, cars. But the father-in-law didn't like him. So, I mean, yes, there's been cases where people kidnap their own children for ransom. Obviously, I don't think ransom in this case because they're loaded, but people also do it, or at least I've seen different crime shows with the scenario being, the husband or the wife fakes a kidnapping in order to make the other spouse look bad. Yes, I think that's terrible. I think that's not in the best interest of your children, especially if they're a good parent. Now, if they're a bad parent, then that should come out in the courts. In this case, I really do think Wendell was a great father, just like Morgan mentioned. So why does the father-in-law dislike him so much? What did Wendell do that rubbed him the wrong way? Did he just not think he was good enough for his daughter? Because obviously he's loaded. Maybe he thinks Mia deserves to be with somebody else. But it looks like Wendell, even though he was, very into the environment, extremist, the way her father-in-law says, it doesn't seem like he was a bad person. He wasn't like crazy. He just was very into the environment and healthy. So I want to find out what his beef is with Wendell. Is it because he's not good enough for his daughter? And did he pay the social worker? Because obviously he's got a lot of money. Why would the social worker, the woman with the glasses and red hair, write these bad things about Wendell? So what's the motive there, unless she got paid to do it, which is unethical, but we see it. Money can buy a lot of things, unfortunately. So, I think those are the questions we're kind of asking is, they've kind of established early on. We've noticed from watching the show, Morgan is usually right. She's extremely intelligent, so I'm believing her with what she's saying about Wendell. I don't think he was a bad father. So now we have to find out why people are saying he is and what's the motive behind that. And then, of course, like I mentioned early on with the trauma, let's pray and hope the children did not see their dad get murdered, because they're already traumatized enough being kidnapped by a stranger with a gun. So hopefully they didn't see that, because that's traumatic for anybody to see somebody killed, let alone two small children, and see their father killed and them kidnapped. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Okay, Sarah. Uh-oh. Tell her, Morgan. Money. Told ya. Mm-hmm. Oh. Ashford? Oh. Did I not just nail that? Yeah, I think you do. Mm-hmm. Ooh! Of course. Okay. Oh boy, there we go. Why did you? Oh, ah! Ooh! Yes. He pays off everybody. What's she doing? What's that from? Pink streaks. He's doing it to make Wendell look bad. Mm. Go, Carrie. Come on. Mm. Oh. You're her towels. And a resort. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Somebody to kidnap the girls and kill Wendell, obviously. I bet. Go away. But why? Why did you hate him? Oh my gosh. Okay. She needs some sleep. She's cracking me up though. All right, so he gave him up. So, I mean, obviously we needed to find out why the grandfather hated him so much, and we found out why. Wendell had something on him. No girls. Where are the girls? He handed them off to somebody else. Okay. All right, so we're about halfway through here. Okay, so I kind of suspected that when Morgan was saying how nice Wendell was. The only person who obviously was saying how not nice he was the father-in-law. So I was like, what is his beef? And then we find out, obviously, Wendell had dirt on him of, obviously getting his way and paying people off, paying judges off, paying whoever. And then obviously we were able to identify that. I love that Morgan, looked down at the slippers and saw the A for Ashton Resorts. But yeah, I mean, it seemed kind of obvious when the only people that were saying bad things about him was the father-in-law and then a social worker. Unfortunately, I feel like that does happen in society too, especially when you find out that people are down on their luck, need money, which unfortunately is a lot of us nowadays. But yeah, it looks like that's why she did it. What burns me, what gets me upset is even though she took the money and wrote the bad report, she didn't have to call him and tell him, hey, Wendell knows. She could have kept her mouth shut, so obviously it's not her fault because she didn't do anything to Wendell, so to speak, physically. I mean, she did, write the bad report, but she knows what Mr. Ashford can do. I just don't understand why she's still called. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I think Morgan got upset too. Like, duh, you know what he was going to do after you told him that. So I agree with everything the detective said. I mean, yeah, if you're behind kidnapping your granddaughters, how long do you think he's going to be willing to keep witnesses alive if the girls can identify him, if the girls saw him kill Wendell? Those are people that can identify him and can put him away in jail. I mean, I don't justify killing at all, and obviously I don't want, him to do anything to the girls, but the detective's right. Like, look, if the girls watched it, how long do you think he's going to sit on them? Without doing harm to them too. I mean, he did just kill their father. So I hope and pray that the children did not see that for the trauma that they're going to have to be in therapy for, one, losing their father, being held at gunpoint and kidnapped, and then from witnessing the person who killed their father. So, I just think Wendell was a good guy, and the social worker completely lied. and took him away from his kids. He didn't do anything wrong. He loves the environment. And I don't think he was an extremist or radical environmentalist. I just think that the father-in-law was trying to put that out there with the police to, give him that bad image. So, I mean, when you went in the house, he had coloring books and he had a studying area for the kids. It didn't look like anything bad that he was doing for his girls. Here we go. Oh. It's her curls. True, you have to follow all leads. Oh, somebody used her car. Uh-oh, here we go. Today. Mm-mm. You can't rule anything out, but okay, so she gave the woman her word to trust him. And now she's upset because now they're looking at her as a suspect. So I get that. But okay, Morgan. Yeah, but Mia's in between her father and her kids, right? Because her father's one who was. Mm, yeah, hug your kids, man. Uh-oh, she sees something. Oh, oh, I got goosebumps. Okay, I just got goosebumps. Kidnappers contact her. Kidnappers contacted her. She needs money. I don't know. Kidnappers. She needs cash. I knew it. I knew it. Mm. Yeah, to make it your ex-husband look terrible. I believe her. I knew she left to get money. Okay. That's what I figured. I mean, there's no way Mia kidnapped her own daughters. I mean, I knew for a fact that wasn't true. Um, and then she took money out of the bank. Why would she do that? Because she kidnapped her kids and she wanted to go to Canada? No. She took money out of the bank because somebody contacted her, the kidnappers running a ransom. So that's what I was thinking too. So basically, what we've got here is it might have started with the father-in-law, but he gave them a name. That guy is there, and guess what? No girls. So he either handed the girls off to somebody else. The father-in-law started it to kind of get back at Wendell, but did the father-in-law order Wendell to be killed, or like there's so many more answers here. Like I said, I knew she wasn't the one who kidnapped her own girls. I figured it was she was paying a ransom and trying to get money for a ransom. So I'm kind of glad that I was right about that, because I don't want to live in a world where people are kidnapping their own children just for money. As bad as the society is right now, I'm glad that's not true. However, we are seeing that the father-in-law obviously is a flawed man who uses his money to buy freedom and get whatever he wants. He's paying off judges. He's, you know, building resorts in areas he shouldn't. And Wendell, from what I can see, is just a good guy who's seeing how flawed he is. And in return, the father-in-law is making up stuff about him and paying off social workers to write bad reports. And that is interfering with him seeing and spending time with his kids, which I think is horrible. Because you can tell all he does is love his girl. So I don't know if the father-in-law was ordering him to be killed or if this just was like a kidnapping that went bad, because I really want to find out more about how the father-in-law is involved. I understand her, she's trying to get away from her parents and try to get the ransom money and just try to get her girls back, because I feel like it's like, oh, well, I would do it differently if I was in that situation. You don't know what you would do in that situation. Don't judge somebody else. If your kids were kidnapped, you don't know what you would do. So you can't blame necessarily anybody when it's coming to their own kids. So she's trying to get the money any way she can, stealing from her parents, whatever, get the cash, pay off the guy, hopefully get to see his girls. Hopefully the girls didn't witness the murder, because if they did, then maybe he'll never give up the girls. Maybe the guy just wants money to leave. So let's hope. We're coming to the end of the hour. So hopefully, we're going to see the girls alive, since there's not much left in the show. But I really do want to kind of see how it all ties together. Anytime I see murder mysteries, crime drama, whodunit, I want an explanation. I want to know why. So I want them to do some explaining at the end of the episode. So here we go. Let's get back into it. They're showing, I apologize. They're showing previews of other shows on ABC. But yeah, I definitely want them to explain and kind of tell me what's going on with the father-in-law and what his involvement is in the whole thing. All right, here we go. Let's see. She's with Mia to exchange the money for the girls. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's the kidnapper. Answer the phone. Oh gosh. Mm-mm. Morgan's not going to stay there. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, she really is. Oh gosh. Where is she? I don't like that she's in this building alone. Is she in a parking lot? Where is she? Hook. Oh my gosh, I just got goosebumps again. Where are my girls? Mm-mm. Talk to the girls. Talk to the girls. Ask the girls. Oh, God. I don't know what I would do in that instance, so I cannot judge her, because that is a scary thought. Oh, gosh. Get him. Get him. Get him. Yes. You're not shooting to kill. You're just shooting to get him down. Oh, he still got away. Damn it. there's the car. Okay, open up the trunk, because remember, the last thing we saw was they were in the trunk. Come on, detective. Get there. Get there. Come on, open the trunk. Hurry. Hurry. Make sure they're not in there. Oh, good. Well, that was scary, because that was the first scene where they were in the back of a trunk. But this was a professional if he burned it so quickly. Okay. She's going to figure something out. Look at her mind turning. What do you see? Really short. Shorter than her. Who was short that we saw? It's the driver, right? Who? Oh, I just got goosebumps again. Okay, so she sat in it and she obviously saw that the person was short. When she turned the radio on and heard the betting, I knew that was going to trigger something, and she's triggering seeing somebody kind of, doing their betting slips. So obviously my mind goes, who in the whole episode did we see was short? And the only person that I can think of that was male that was short, because it definitely looked like a male running, was the driver. I'm just trying to think of who else. We talked to the maid. We talked to the father-in-law. The father-in-law's pretty tall. And then we have Sarah, the social worker. We have the mother and Mia. And we also have her mom. But what men did we see? Because the scene that we just saw was her remembering a man. It looked like a man writing on a sports bet. Or the newspaper with all the bets. So I'm thinking of what men we saw. And honestly, that's the only one that I can think of is the driver. So maybe the driver knew Mr. Ashford was going to kidnap the girls. And maybe he just kind of, got in on that without Mr. Ashford knowing, met up with, the guy that they took in that initially kidnapped the girls, took over, and decided to get paid. So I guess my question is, who killed Wendell? Was it the bald guy that they have in custody, that initially did it? Or was it this guy who has the girls now? And where are the girls? I mean, he took the money and then they followed the money and he burnt up the car. So he was on to him or he kind of knew. So I'm thinking the driver, because that's the only one that I could think of when she's doing this flashback. When she said, "You short son of a bitch," I'm thinking, who was short? And the driver was definitely shorter than Mr. Ashford. So that's only the person I'm thinking of. If I'm missing somebody, I'm sorry. Definitely write in the comments. Tell me your opinions. Tell me what you think. We'll have our review and recap at the end. But I'm a sucker for happy endings. I hope they find the girls. I think they will, because I think Morgan's on it. I think we'll find the girls. But again, like I said, my curiosity runs. That's why I like these murder mysteries, crime drama. Please, for me, for the viewers, hopefully other people, tell us what happened. Tell me, the involvement that the father-in-law was, and, link everything together, please, because I'm going to want to know. Well, I hope I'm not the only one. Let's get back into it. not know? Okay, let's see. He just let him. Oh dear. I hope they find him. We only got like 2 minutes left of the show. They gotta find him. They're nearby. What's the recognizable sign? That's the shelter. Oh, it's so sad. Wendell was a good dad. Oh, he taught them how to survive in the woods. That's because of their dad. I love my happy endings. And I'm so thankful they didn't see their dad die. According to Curtis, he killed them, then went in the house for the girls. So at least the girls probably don't know their father's dead yet since they didn't witness it. So thank God for that. They're going to have trauma, but at least they didn't witness their father being murdered. But still, oh. Seriously, yes. He totally wanted to, you could tell. Mm-hmm. I do. I like them as a partnership. Okay. That was sweet of him. He found her badge. Mm. You do stuff like that, you just want to go home and hug your kids, right? And you just want to spend time with them. Love on your kids. Mm. Whew, okay, let's see what happens next week. Oh, What? Okay. All right, let's talk, let's review. All right, so definitely, a hard episode to watch if you're a parent. I'm just so happy for a happy ending. So happy they found the girls, and I am just relieved that the girls didn't see their father be murdered. So even though they're gonna need some therapy with this trauma to work this out, because being kidnapped and running away in the woods is definitely, terrifying for two small children, but they didn't witness their dad being murdered. So thank you, show, for not having them do that. But the reason why I got choked up at the end was the way they were surviving. They learned from their father. So their father-in-law is making him out to be some extremist just because, he's trying to save the environment. And the girls survived hours all in the woods by listening to their so-called crazy dad when he really wasn't. He was just trying to teach them skills. The house looked like a house with kids in it. I mean, it had a table, it had coloring books, it had workbooks, it looked like they were eating plenty of food, you know what I mean? They had their own garden. So it's just sad that he had to lose his life, and that, the father had to paint him as this bad person when he really was just a good man looking out for the environment and loved his girls. So it's sad that he had to die in this scenario. But again, I'm always glad that they found the girls. I mean, I know in the real world there are parents out there. There are, mothers and fathers who do horrible things to their kids, but I just didn't think in this case that Mia was one of them. So when they said that she took money out of the bank and vanished, I didn't think she had the girls. I really thought it was a ransom. They contacted her and was like, hey, bring X amount of money. And she went to the bank and she was going to meet up with them. So I'm kind of glad that I was right with that part of it, because I didn't think she had anything to do with it. However, I understand Morgan getting upset because she believed, like I did, she didn't have anything to do with it. But you have to follow procedure. So, I mean, the cops, the police department, they get a lot of slack for, corruption and all that stuff. So they have to follow the rules. So whether they feel like Mia kidnapped her own kids or not, they have to look at her as a suspect. So I mean, you have to respect the police for going by the book and following procedure. You know what I mean? So I understand and respect them for having to do that, whether they believe she did it or not. But I am definitely glad that Morgan exchanged numbers with her in the bathroom in the first scene, mother to mother, worried about children, and was able to kind of talk them through that. And, I didn't think that Curtis was in love with Mia. I mean, I didn't pick up on that angle. However, there really wasn't any other kind of information that showed you that he was in love with Mia. So I don't feel bad for not knowing that, because they didn't really show, they only showed him a couple times in the entire episode. So I don't know anybody who would really have assumed that. I still, I mean, I'm glad the girls were okay, but one thing I disliked about this episode was you didn't wrap it up in a bow for me. You didn't really explain to me the father-in-law's involvement, right? They said he had like a fake alibi, and, like they said in the end, it was really Curtis saying he was going to lie for him, but Curtis was really the one who needed the alibi, and nobody really asked about his. They were just asking if he could give the father-in-law an alibi. So I would have liked to know a little bit more of what his involvement was. He has power, he has money, he buys people off, which is absolutely terrible. And I think that's something Mia needs to deal with later on, because I feel like what I want to know is who ordered Wendell to be killed. Was he killed by accident? Did Curtis not plan to kill him? It kind of seemed that way. He didn't necessarily mean to kill him, but what was the bald guy that they brought in? Was that just a red herring? It had nothing to do with them? I guess what they're saying is Curtis went over to talk to Wendell, got into an argument, killed him, and then went in and stole the girls. So, I mean, it's terrible that he died, because I feel like, he was really just trying to do the right thing, and he was a good father. But it looks like they did arrest the father-in-law, so I would like, even, obviously it's an hour-long show. I mean, I'm not going to be able to see the whole trial, but I wish they could have just gave us a little bit more information, letting us know that the father-in-law is going to be able to, charges against him, and that's going to go that way. If you break the law, you need to pay for that. Justice has to be served. I want to make sure the father-in-law is going to go to jail for whatever involvement he had, for all of his paying people off. I mean, it's just terrible. You shouldn't be able to live your life that way. Just because you have money does not mean you're better than anybody else. We all have bills to pay. And we all have the right to be a good parent to our kids without somebody lying about it just because they have money and have an ulterior motive. So I definitely want to make sure the father-in-law gets justice for what he did, and doesn't pay people off again to get off the hook. So there's a couple things that I wished they did differently in this episode, but all in all, I'm definitely glad, that the girls were recovered and don't have as much trauma. I mean, you don't want to see anybody get killed, nevertheless your father at a young age. So I just, hope they can recover. I hope Mia and the girls can have a happy life. And like I said, I hope the father-in-law gets what's coming to him. I mean, he deserves to have that justice served against him, for what he did, and ultimately, what happened to Wendell. So, again, I wish they kind of summed a couple other things up, and I wish I could have saw more justice, even if it was only for a couple minutes, just saying, hey, the father-in-law is whatever. We did see him get arrested, so I kind of was glad about that, but you want to make sure justice is served and everybody pays the price for what they've done. Your actions have consequences. But all in all, I loved the show. Again, Caitlin is amazing. The whole cast. I actually love Captain Soto. Judy Reyes is great. She's been in a lot of other things. I love the detective. I feel like they're really getting that partnership going. Their kind of love-hate relationship. So I hope it continues to do well. I hope you enjoyed watching it with me. I hope you enjoyed our discussion and our review. Stay with me next week on my channel. We'll definitely watch it again. And if you liked it, just make sure you leave any comments and subscribe. And until next time, bye.